Just finished my briefcase I was working on. This is double Marcellino latches, single section, flat handle. Love the way these come out. I used to make these so much on my early briefcase. It's probably one of the first handles I used to make a lot. I only normally put these on these single gussets. Sometimes I'll put them on the double gussets. But I think when you get into the heavier briefcases, it's always better to have that full grip handle than these, because these do tend to eat into your fingers as they get weighted down. But if weight's not an issue, these are always great looking handles. I'm gonna polish this briefcase right now for those that are interested in seeing me polish a briefcase. This briefcase is a chestnut. It's traditional English bridal leather from the UK. It's got a lot of waxes on it. This haze that you see on it is all the waxes. I like to use this Bic lotion for that. It gets it off good. It's not a heavy oil conditioner. I would never condition the leather with this stuff, because it's just, I'm not sure what they put in it, because they don't have an ingredients. But whatever it is, it gets that haze out. I wouldn't condition. I wouldn't be feeding my leather with this stuff. I'd be feeding my leather with something that's much more oily base, almond oil, even olive oil, things like that. Even what's that? The neat's foot oil. It enriches the leather. This stuff, like I said, I don't know, whatever. It's good to get this haze off. So, and the other oils, I wouldn't use it at this point. This is brand new. So using like, what do you call it? I'm trying to look where my leather oil is, and I don't have it at hand. Oh, here. This stuff is good. It's a straight up leather oil. It's got, I don't know, whatever it's got. It's got straight up, it's probably got some animal oils in there, and I've been using this for a while. This I would feed the leather with, but I wouldn't feed it at this point. This is a brand new briefcase. It's going to take some time for that waxes to wear off, and then the skin of the leather is going to be exposed. That's when you need to start feeding it with like a good proper oil. Right now we're just conditioning it. We're just going to condition the top of it and get these waxes off of it. So that is what I'm doing right now. And getting the waxes off, this is perfect. If I was to put oil, this stuff on this right now, there's so much waxes on this briefcase, it wouldn't even penetrate into it. So when you get these briefcases and it's made from this Sedgwick bridal leather, this authentic English bridal leather that's got this heavy wax and grease on it, putting this oil is not going to do anything. It's conditioned. So once this breaks, as it wears down, then you start feeding it, as we say, oil, because that's what leather does. That's what real veg tan leather needs. It needs to be fed, or else it's going to dry up and rot. That's how leather works. It's almost like skin. It is like skin. It's just turned into leather. So this Bix, like I said, it's cool to get that haze off of it. And I think this is probably the only stuff that really does it good that I've come across. I haven't tried everything, but I came across this. It's good for this purpose. So I would do that. So if I got this briefcase from me, I would get a Bix, and I'd be the first few months, who knows, maybe 6 months, 7, 8 months, until that wax breaks, right? Until that wax, I'd be using this until that wax breaks. Once that happens, as this is out in the sand and the oils from your hand are starting to wear down that top layer of that wax, then it's going to be exposed. It's going to need to be fed so it doesn't dry. So that's the process. Real simple. All right. So this case is done. I could work this stuff more and get an even better shine. But honestly, that haze that comes from these bridal leather briefcases, I personally like it. I like to show that off. It's not going to last forever. So as long as you got it, it shows people that know bridal leather that it's new, for one thing, and it's different for another thing. It's different from any other, even the bridal leather that comes from the US, you know, from Wicked or Craig or Herman Oak. It's different. So it just shows that, you know, you're dealing with something that's special. So I would leave it on. I do leave it on. You really don't need to take this wax off unless you want to shine it. And if that's the case, I would just keep doing this. I would have to do this for a long time, 10, 15 minutes. Just keep doing this and maybe come back again tomorrow until you get that off. And it will come off. And it might come back on again after months. Just because it's you know, those waxes are in that leather, and it will just push out until there is nothing left. So it could take months, it could take years. If you don't even use the briefcase, you could go years and still see that waxy haze. Depending, if it's outside and drying, no, it's going to dry that wax up. Depending on the climate, if it's cold as well, it's wax. So you can figure it out how it's going to interact with the environment. And the leather. All right. So that briefcase is done. This is Chestnut, UK English bridal leather, single section, flat stitch handle, double Marcellino latches. Look at that. Close up. Stitching. All right.